If you're a guy who's feeling behind in life and that each weekend and during your weeknights, you escape through going out, through vaping, through playing video games all the time, this is for you. I'm now 27, but when I was 24, I had this moment after a long night out, feeling nauseous, after getting sick, where I looked in the mirror and I just thought, what am I doing to myself? And it was then I had to confront a hard reality, which was I'm using my free time to escape. And I'm just not on the right trajectory here. But now 3 years later, a lot has changed. Definitely feel like I'm on the right trajectory. I have better social relationships. I use my free time much more intentionally and pursue things that actually fill me up and give me purpose. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can make that same shift without going through the same pains that I did. My name's Dan. I help guys who feel behind in life change their trajectory through building discipline, confidence, and drive. If you want to change your trajectory today in dating, career, fitness, habits, you can start completely for free through the link below. A lot of guys our age will do things that we think will make us feel better, but oftentimes just leave us more empty. Go out each weekend, we'll vape all the time, we'll play excessive use of video games, scroll on our phones. And we aren't doing this because they're such fun experiences, but rather we're trying to escape. We're trying to escape the workplace bullshit. We're trying to escape the long hours, the hefty commute. But the good news is it doesn't have to stay that way. Things can change starting today, because over the next 30 days, what we can do is we can take off from drinking. We can take off from vaping. We can limit the screen time, video games on our phone to 1 hour. And instead, we pursue this. We pursue volunteering. We pursue joining a rec league or an interest we had in something that before we didn't really have time to, but now we do. And what this does is it gives us space from the noise, the things that we use to kind of clog out what we don't like in our life. And instead, we pour into our life through pursuits of purpose, meaning, and service. And in 2022, when I did this, I didn't really realize how much mental clarity I would get from doing this. And what I did during that time was I started volunteering at a local clothing drive, and I doubled down on a podcast I had that talked about politics. So I just thought I would do this for 30 days and then go back to whatever I was doing before. But when I went back to what I was doing before, like going out on the weekends, February and March, I was like, this feels so much empty compared to volunteering or to doing the podcast I had. And that's what we want. We want contrast. And that's the reason it's only 30 days and not 3 months. It's not meant for you to become a priest or a monk. It's meant to give you a taste of contrast between the basically the hedonistic pursuits versus the more eudaimic ones, if I pronounce that correctly. All of us would rather have things that fulfill us, provide us with more purpose, meaning, but we don't really understand how to get that. But this is how. Take 30 days off from the noise, basically, the forms of escape, and instead pour yourself into something that is of purpose, service, and meaning. And that is volunteering, that is joining a rec league, or that is exploring an interest in a subject you have. And the ultimate goal is not to never drink, saying never vape, never play video games, whatever. It's to not use these things as escapes and rather build a life of meaning, a life that we wake up to and are excited to live each day. And that takes years to construct, but we can start today. We can start today and move the needle in the right direction. And this is how. And as I said earlier, if you're ready to take that step, change your trajectory, dating, career, fitness, habits, you can start completely for free through the link below. Till next time, guys.